Common question: what is the best phone system for my business? Well, the first thing you want to remember is voice is probably the number one way customers interact with your business. It needs to be easy, it needs to be smooth, and it needs to be designed around how you want to communicate with your customers and also with your internal staff. With that being said, there's basically two basic types of phone systems. You have voice over IP or your traditional digital phone systems. And I'm going to break those down just for a quick minute and make it easy in layman's terms what those do. First, on your voice over IP systems, really all that is that's just breaking down your voice into a data signal. Now you can plug your phone into a data jack that can also be shared by a computer. It can also transfer that signal through the internet. And so it's really just an easier way to transport your voice via data. In voice over IP, there's two types of basic deliveries of voice over IP systems for businesses. You can have a premise-based, where you have the hardware on your site. A nice thing about premise-based systems is it has a lot of flexibility. You can customize it any way you want with thousands of features. Really just designed around how you want to interact with your customers, how you want your call flow, how you want to connect people in the field, all those things. And also too, the different carriers you use are all very, very flexible. The second way is more of a cloud-based system. So kind of think of a cloud-based system is the phone system is not on your premise or at any of your locations, but it's actually in a shared tenant environment. So you're renting a phone system, or at least a part of a phone system that you're sharing with other users, maybe thousands of users. It's an easy way to get into a professional business grade phone system. The downside would be you have to really fit into a set of features that are very common because since it's shared, they can't have numerous iterations that are overly customized. But it does offer a lower point of entry because typically that is more of a monthly service. So it's just a monthly service you pay ongoing based on the number of users from now until eternity. Whereas if you flip back to the premise-based phone system, once you pay for it and you're done with it, that cost goes away. So over time, your total cost of ownership, as things progress, usually is less with a premise-based phone system with a little more flexibility. So it kind of depends on where you are. Do you want to preserve capital now, or are you more concerned about, I'm more concerned about total cost of ownership and having maximum flexibility. The last type, and there's really one that's kind of being phased out, is a digital phone system. So that's a phone system that has more of a switching-based technology, not an IP-based technology. It's kind of an on and off type of thing. It's a 100-year-old technology, and if you have one, you know it because you have a lot of equipment in your closet, a lot of cards to make things happen. So any technology you have to implement that's new, you have to add cards, and it's kind of a complicated thing. Those are really going out. They are very reliable. Again, it's been around for 100 years, but not a lot of flexibility. And usually the engineers that work on those have to be very, very specialized, and it's usually an expensive thing to maintain and service. Whereas the other systems offer a little more flexibility because you can do a lot of your own self-maintenance, adds, moves, adds, changes, a lot of flexibility with that. So those are the things to think about. So that's kind of a good basic rundown. The last thing I'll say is really at the end of the day, whoever you pick or whatever company that works for you or whatever system works best for you, the company that supports you is really, really critical. A lot of companies can make a phone ring. And so you want to make sure whoever you work with does more than just make a phone ring. They design it around what your needs are, how you want to interact with your customers, how you want to interact with your employees. It gives you data and information that you can use. Again, I'd say 90% of the people out there just make a phone ring and with the very basic features and ignore what your business needs are. So make sure you find the right person, the right fit for your company that's going to design it around you. And we're here to help. So if you want to have a conversation about what works for you, design something around your needs, just reach out to us, or also engage in some of our additional content that'll give other information and go a little more detail in some of these areas we talked about today.